Okay, I'm gonna make the simplest handstand tutorial, and it's gonna be the last tutorial you ever need. First thing, warm up your wrists. Have strong fingers. Like, actually do fingertip push-ups, because that'll make it easier to balance and push back and forth. I'll explain that later. So, how to get in the handstand? Very simply put, fuck all the other bullshit. You don't need like perfect shoulder mobility. You don't need the perfect pelvic tilt. Don't even worry about all that shit. Here's what you're gonna do. When you get in the handstand, find a surface to where you're okay with falling in, because that's the only thing that stops people from shooting to where they can land up straight. Most people, they do this shit. They do that because they're scared of falling over. Find a surface, carpet, trampoline, a mat preferably, grass, whatever the fuck you need in order to feel comfortable when you're doing a handstand. You can do that, then you'll be able to actually practice the handstand. Now, the actual handstand position, you can do this. Very simply put, and I tell everybody I'm training on how to do a handstand. Have your hands wider than normal. Have the shoulder over the wrist. See? Over the wrist, okay? Most people start back here. The reason why you don't want to do that is because when you try to shoot, you have to shoot so much more, and it'll lead you to falling over. So, wide and normal, shoulders over the wrist, and then you get into a sprinter stance. Then you kip up with both legs. Nobody commits to it. That's why they always fall backwards. So lean forward, kip up both, press. Just like that. It's easy. You just need to do it consistently. I used to do it every day, before school, after school, during school, as much as you can, as much practice as possible. Here's what everybody does when they do their handstand. They always go into like a banana form, and that's completely normal. You just lack basically coordination and practice of the move. So you'll do a banana handstand where it's like this, but eventually you'll get into a straight handstand. So it'll look like this. Most people do like a banana handstand like this. Curved, oh wait, you can't really see it. It's like curved like that, and then your shoulders over. That's just basic physics. Whenever you're carrying something, it's easier to carry it overhead than it is to carry it over here. So when you are over here, you're basically compensating by moving your legs and your hips backwards. So you'll look like this, holding it. And that's okay at first, completely fine. But if you want that straight handstand, what you need to do is actually press your shoulders up while keeping your hips in. But that's something you don't really worry about for now. Now, how to actually balance it. Very simply put, if you fall forward, you kipped too hard. If you fall backwards, you either didn't commit or didn't kip up enough. So, another thing people do when they mess up, they don't go all out because they're afraid of falling, which is why I said get a surface you're okay to fall on. But if you don't have that, here's how you fall safely. All you have to do, tuck your head. Do that and you will be fine. So, watch. I'm gonna purposely overshoot and fall. Up here, overshoot, tuck the head. You tuck the head and you're fine. The momentum will carry you through and you just roll through. I'm gonna do it again. Overshot, tuck the head and roll over. Then you're fine. Literally, there's nothing to worry about. Another thing, if you're falling backwards, you're not kipping up enough, or one of the legs is not going with the other one. So just kip up a little harder, kip up straight, and you got it like that. Now, how to actually balance it using your hands. Your fingers are gonna be, goddamn, my forehead vein goes crazy. That's why I keep my hair down most of the time. But your fingers are your toes. So whenever you're falling forward, very simply put, you fall forward. Use your fingers to press. I'm over exaggerating, but basically I fall over, I press. I press. If I fall backwards, I can either move my legs or I can lift up this heel. Lift up like this, fall back in place. Fall backwards, lift up, fall back in place. Just doing that over and over and over again, and using the wall and trying to straighten out and actually feel the force. You're creating balance instead of catching the balance most of the time. So do that practice, do that with the wall, do that every chance you get, and try to do it on different surfaces, different grips, so that way you get comfortable all around doing the handstand. Another good thing, fingertip push-ups, handstand push-ups, handstand holds with the wall. Do it for like a minute straight. People underestimate strength when it comes to the handstand. Being able to hold the handstand longer basically gives you more space to F around and find out which works for you. So when you're doing a handstand and you're super weak, you don't really have much energy to practice. When you have strength, you can practice and mess with the positions that work for you. Also, here's an entryway for people who are scared to kip up in the handstand, because I know it's a fear. There's two ways. What I like to do, What I used to do is actually the frog stand. I'll have like my knees on my elbows, and then I'll basically lean over and kip up. So right here, lean over, shoot. That, or I do the pike press, where I just lean and I press up like that. So some people, they feel that's easier because they're in more control, but it costs a lot of strength. So that's basically it. Don't rush to get a handstand. It took me a year to get it, so consistency is key.